Information management. What is information management? It's the process of managing information required to ensure that the timely and appropriate generation, collection, dissemination, storage, and use of project information. Its main purpose is to make sure that the right people get the right information at the right time. Here are some of the steps for information management. Planning, information planning, understanding the requirements, who needs information, what type of information we need in the project, and who's going to use it and make what type of decisions. Managing the information cycle, from the process we are identifying, we're collecting, we're analyzing and reporting the information. Evaluating the information, what type of data we're getting, what is the quality of that information, and based on that, identified improvements to the information management cycle to see if there are efficiencies and opportunities maybe to improve the quality of the information or reduce its cost. Here's the information management cycle. Every project is going to be collecting a lot of information. Development projects usually collect a lot of information from beneficiaries, so they help you drive the decisions you need to do, especially when you're looking at the indicators and information you need to make decisions. So there is a step of defining the requirements of information, then locating where is the information. Out of that, then selecting the right information that you needed to make those decisions. In the process of collecting the data, collecting the information, and then organizing and storing it in a place that it can be easily then retrieved. So there is a process to analyze the information, convert the data into information, and then based on that, create the reports, the data and information that then can be used by the team and the key stakeholders to make decisions about the project, to inform it about the progress, and to make sure that you get the information that will help people make a decision to improve the project. And at the end, evaluate this whole process, identify opportunities to improve the process, find efficiencies, and maybe identify information that is no longer needed or is no longer required, because collecting information has a cost to the project. Here's information requirement matrix. In here, you're going to be identifying all those stakeholders that have a need for information. Then identify what type of information is needed. Then their format. Here we can have an example that the donor may need financial reports, but they provide their format, meaning you need to comply with those requirements. The delivery method, how you're going to deliver that information, and who is going to be responsible. That is an important component of the matrix, because every element of the communication, the information you're managing has to have a responsible. And then the timing, that means the frequency, how often you're going to be sending that piece of information. Here are some recommendations for information management. The purpose of information management is always to get the right information to the right people at the right time. This cannot be stressed enough. It's important that people get the right information at the right time so they can make the decisions when there is opportunity to improve the project. You need to treat information as a resource, just like you manage your budget or your team. Information is a critical resource because it will guide you in terms of the decisions you need to make in your project. There is a cost of information, so you need to be aware of that. Whether you need to invest because you have a lot of requirements and information from different stakeholders, but managing it also has a cost. So improve it, and managing the cycle means an opportunity to create efficiencies and maybe even reduce the cost. And understand the impact of information technology. If you're going to be collecting a lot of data, then investing in the technology will help you create those efficiencies and make sure that information is in a way that it will not create a burden or an excessive effort to your team and your project. So understand those concepts, make sure that you get a handle of information so that people will be able to get the right information at the right time.